What's going on, guys? Welcome back into episode 2 of the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 22. In today's video, we have a player lock with Mitch Keller for you. Now, I shuffled some things around with the rotation so that we could get a matchup against the Reds with Mitch Keller. Part of our responsibility here with the Pittsburgh Pirates is to properly develop their top talent that they have coming up to the team, and Mitch Keller is somebody that could use all the love we can possibly get him, and I think that giving him a matchup in the third game against St. Louis is far less advantageous to our situation than giving him a game against Cincinnati. And here's the reason why. If we go to the roster real quick, we can take a look at the Cardinals, and we see that their roster is pretty stacked. I mean, in all honesty, it's going to be hard for a young pitcher that's trying to develop to do well against this team, a team that sports players like Nolan Arenado, Tyler O'Neill, and so on. But we can look at the Cincinnati Reds, and we see that they really don't have a whole lot of talent on the roster whatsoever. And therefore, I think that it's a good idea for us to shuffle around our pitching rotation so that we can get this first matchup out of the way with Mitch Keller against a team that is a favorable matchup that might get us some momentum going into the season and build him up for a strong start to the season. So ultimately, you guys can see that we lost the final 2 games against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, those 2 games were honestly pretty close. I mean, 4-6 and 3-5. I can't complain too much about those results. They're pretty much to be expected, and we got a surprise win in the first game. I'm okay with 1 win out of 3 against what is probably the best team or the second best team in the division this year. So let's go ahead without any further ado and jump into this Mitch Keller player lock. All right, starting off on the mound, I'm very curious to see how this is going to work out for us. We are pitching on All-Star this year, so I would predict that more than likely we're going to get hit with a couple of solo shot home runs at some point, especially using a lower overall pitcher. We're going to get started off trying to establish the strike zone here early on. We're not really going to try to, go around the outside of the zone and play around too much. We're going to come right at this Cincinnati Reds lineup, and I feel like that's something we need to do in order to get a rhythm with our pitchers here early in the season, especially lower overall pitchers. We're not really getting the control that I would like to see, so we're going to hit it with a slider here at the end and hope that it's enough competition. It is. Right over to O'Neill, and that will be our first out of the season with Mitch Keller. Might as well start him off with another fastball up and in. We are hitting 100 on the gun consistently. I might need to take that velocity down a little bit because while he has been hitting 100 on the gun or triple digits on the gun, I'm going to have to look to see how consistent that's actually been. 2 outs now here with Keller. The real question mark, outside of me probably going to be giving up a couple of solo shot home runs or home runs that are going to cost us a nice slider there, but out of control. One of the things that'll be interesting to see is whether our lineup will be able to give us any support whatsoever. And I missed that pitch pretty bad. Holy moly, that was rough. I've been pitching quite a bit with, and that one's going to get through. First hit given up over to first base. Just a short little single that found its way through the defense. And now we have to worry because Mike Moustakas is up, and he is a pretty solid bat. Hopefully the volume in this video is going to be sufficient. We can obviously play around with it as we move through this series. All right, 3-1 count. We got to hit him with a fastball. I'm going to try to bunch him up maybe. He is catching up to that fastball, so I don't love the idea of going after him with another. We're going to have to give him some type of breaking pitch. Nice ball, hit over to third base. and that'll get us out of the inning. First inning down with Mitch Keller. Solid inning for him. Very little contact made on the ball. I think this was the right decision to bring us into this matchup rather than going up against a much tougher lineup. That ball made it through. First pitch swinging. 62 speed, so we may need to be a little bit concerned about a potential steal. No, his stealing's pretty low. I doubt that they would steal on us. We have a pretty good defensive catcher. Let's go ahead and start him off with a slider. We hung that one. That'll put a man on first and second, so we got to be very careful here with our decisions pitching for the next couple of batters. That should be a double. That's a triple. That's a triple play. That's all three. Let's go, baby. What a play by Brian Hayes to get that ball and make the tag at the same time, getting it over to second and getting that ball back over to first base. That's the type of defense I'm talking about. That's what we need to support this young pitcher and get him developing. What a fantastic play. We're coming right back at it here in the third inning. No run support so far from our lineup, unfortunately. I am curious to see how many innings we'll be able to go if we do have a good outing here. That's another ball hit to O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal makes a solid throw over to first base. And we're rocking so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing defensively from this team. O'Neal is not the best defensively. He's going to have to come along defensively in order to make things happen. Development-wise for this team. I am a little bit concerned about him earlier on, but I definitely think that he'll get developing pretty quickly. Nick Senzel is a pretty good batter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We're not going to pitch right at him. That's a nice fly ball right to our outfielder. I don't actually know who's out there in right field today. That's Ben Gamble. So they have it, what, Ben Gamble out there. I'm assuming Alford is over in left field.
Inside, ball one.
I feel like through 3 innings, should we be pitching 100+ miles per hour? I don't know about that. I might have to review that one. Come on, get some break on that. Oh, right to Vogelbach. That'll take us through the third inning. 3 innings so far, and a very, very solid start to the season for Keller. Left that one up a little bit. Another fly out. We got to be careful. I got to keep reminding myself, we're on All-Star. Last year I played mostly on Veteran. Man, if we were facing a better lineup, they probably would have taken us deep a couple of times by now. That was a pretty good location there, all things considered. Man, okay, I see what's happening now. So, number one, I got to work on my timing regardless. But when he moves the bat, it comes into the meter. And it distracts me from where I'm trying to punch the meter. See? The bat swings into the meter. Maybe I need a different pitching view. I might have to test that out. Left that circle changeup up. Slider up. That's going to be a home run. Yep, absolutely. That one's out of here. That was not that hard hit. That's going to be Joey Votto, though. No surprise. I don't know how I feel about it. I went back to the broadcast camera. I can't say that I absolutely love this. I liked the camera that I had better. Honestly, it seemed like the best camera would be from the left side of the pitcher, but then you're at the pitcher's back, and it's kind of a weird angle. I'm just going to have to play around with it until I find whatever I like best. Got him swinging. They are swinging now, especially since they got that home run. I think that they're just, hammering away, trying to get something else in play. We're going to go slider up and in. Ooh, that was dangerously close.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
We're going to hit him with another fastball, see if we can't smoke one by him. Nope, he's not swinging.
The batter, number 6, second baseman, Jonathan.
There we go. Good strikeout. That ends the fourth. Unfortunately, that 1 run given up. But that's not bad, honestly, all things considered. With the control issues that we've seen here today, not going to be possible to get out with too many scoreless outings with our low overall pitchers, especially like Keller. We really got to develop him up before we can be confident that we can come out here and consistently put up 0 runs on the board defensively. Good slider. They gave us the call on that one. I'm going to come back and hit him with another slider. He is swinging on it. I have a feeling that he's going to miss if we try to bunch him up. No, he does make contact. Let's go slider away again. See, I don't know why that misses by so much. Just a lack of control overall. I did forget to mention down there that we do now have a 2-1 lead, so our team is giving us a bit of run support. That's all, all good signs. I just worry that we're going to have a good outing, and inevitably it's going to go to the bullpen, and our bullpen is probably going to have a rough time of it. I think our highest overall true relief pitcher is maybe a 71. David Bednar's pretty good closing it out, 79. There we go, through 5 innings. Very, very good performance so far by Keller. I expected the control issues. I expected to potentially give up some runs and some hits. He's honestly doing better than I expected, giving up fewer runs, rather fewer hits as well than expected. I would really like it if Keller had a 5th pitch. It would be nice to have a little bit more variety, and that curveball is horrible. I know I'm missing it pretty bad, but like I put that thing into the dirt. I got the meter correct on that one, and it still didn't go anywhere close. So pretty much what I'm seeing is if I throw that curveball with Keller, I almost always have to put it in the dirt to see it go where I would realistically want it to go. Yeah, I mean, it's effective. We're going to hit him with off-speed stuff and try to speed him up. I'm okay with the slider. Let's go ahead, hit him with the circle change, down and away. Oh, again, not great control. Does set up for the double play opportunity, though. Joey Votto back up to bat. He took us deep the last time around. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter what pitching view I'm in. His bat is still going to come across the meter. So after this inning, I'm going to go back to the hitting view that I was on. I don't mind if I walk him. Ooh, okay. That was very lucky that he did not swing at that. We're going to go curveball down and in the dirt. I'm okay with that. Figured I might be able to get him to swing. All right, back in our true pitching view here that I like better. What I need to do accuracy-wise, and this is a tip for you guys, if you're not very good at pitching, like, I mean, I'm not the greatest at pitching, what you should try to do is focus on, especially if you're doing, the meter pitching, focus on the accuracy bar more than anything else, because the power of the pitch, the velocity that you put on it ultimately does not matter quite that much. Yeah, I do like to play around with the velocity, put more on some pitches, less on other pitches, but it distracts you from coming back and actually hitting the accuracy meter, which is inevitably going to be the more important part of the entire process. That's going to be a double play. Yep. Interesting decision. Cabrian decided to go for the tag again and then send the ball over to second base. I guess that does make sense, all things considered. Cabrian is a very good defensive player, but in the game, he does not have a great arm, so it makes more sense to keep the short plays as his go-to. We are into the bottom of the 7th, up 4-1. I would expect us to be competitive against the Reds and the Cubs. Both of them are in pretty rough shape as a team. They're really not that much better than the Pirates are. Honestly, they're probably overpaying some players that shouldn't be making as much money as they are. So, you know, I think that we can be competitive with at least 2 of the teams in the division. We're going to struggle against the Cardinals and the Brewers. That's just a given. Our energy is finally starting to get low here at the bottom of the 7th inning. I would be happy with 7 strong. I wouldn't mind going further, but I doubt that they let us go past the 7th inning. Honestly, our control's probably going to start to waver here a bit, and that'll be a sign for them to bring in a reliever. 4-1, though. Our bullpen might be able to get the job done today. He's swinging on these sliders. Let me hit him with a curveball. No, he's not going to swing on that. We're going to bunch him up, or attempt to anyway. Nope. Not the accuracy that I wanted. That's probably got somebody up and ready in the bullpen. Dangerous pitch there. Came down in more than I expected. Okay, that's great that it gave me manager tip for my pitcher getting tired, but there's nothing I can do about that. We're player locked. That should be a play. Did Reynolds get to that? He did. What a catch by Brian Reynolds. I'm pretty sure that was Reynolds. Let's get another look at that one. This is McCutcheon-esque right here. The diving catch. Thank God they gave him that 80 speed this year. Gave him some justice on his ratings. Last year, with his 75 or below, he would have never made that play. Really nice effort by Reynolds. This team is giving a whole lot of effort on the defensive side. There we go. That's another pop-up. Fly-out, rather. Okay, 7 strong innings. Are they going to leave us in? It's time to find out. They're not. They're going to bring in Chris Stratton. I'm very curious to see what they end up doing here. We are going to come away with the win. Mitch Keller does get credited with the win. He went 7 innings, 1 earned run. Very, very strong performance. The defense was coming together nicely in this one. I was actually pretty surprised by our first base performance in this one. No errors or any glaring issues at first base. I don't have a whole lot of faith in Vogelbach and Tsutsugo over there. And Vogelbach started for us today. He played just fine. So it'll be interesting to see. There's that triple play. What an awesome play by the defense right there. I just can't get over how nice of a play that was. Hit right to Cabrian Hayes, and he was able to make it happen. And I think that's going to do it for today's video. We will go ahead and continue to push through the season, and I think what I'm going to do is I may even give you some player locks with AAA and AA players at some point, major characters that I want to take over for this team in the future. So it should be interesting to see where we come back in this franchise. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys leave all the feedback down below. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. How'd you guys think we performed in our first outing with Mitch Keller? What'd you guys think about that awesome triple play that Cabrian Hayes was able to pull off over there from the third base position? I did want to keep these videos between the 10 and 20 minute mark this year for more enjoyable and concise content. So hopefully you guys do enjoy the new format. If you do, leave all that feedback down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good one.